Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Everywhere I look in the past couple days, all I see is wipe hype everywhere on Twitter, on YouTube, everywhere. Everybody thinks that wipe is coming soon, especially with the addition of Killa on Factory, that new event that we just got. People are starting to think that that is a pre-wipe event and that we're getting wipe soon. Are we going to get wipe soon? Is it not coming for several more months? I'm going to talk about that now, along with my concerns for the next wipe. Let's get into it. So let's start with the speculation that we are getting wipe soon. Again, the reason that people think this is because this Killa on Factory event, it's uncommon, it's not normal, and it lines up with what you would consider to be like a pre-wipe event. Pre-wipe events in the past have been something like, you know, all traders become unlocked, everything is cheap, raiders on every map. So this falls right there in line with what would be considered pre-wipe events. Now, that being said, Nikita has very recently said, once in the Summer Games Fest interview he just recently did, when asked about wipe, he shook his head, he sighed, he said, "I don't know." And prior to that, I can't exactly recall where he said this, but he did say it. You'll have to take my word for it. I'm filming this kind of late, so I can't recall, but he said wipe was not planned for the next weeks or months. He basically said it's nowhere near. Don't expect it anytime soon. So that being said, we have this, you know, quote unquote pre-wipe event, as people want to call it, with Killa on Factory, indicating we might get a wipe very soon. And then you have Nikita's word that says that we're not going to get one for quite some time. So let's talk about the possibilities here. There are basically two schools of thought. One, we could be getting the big debate. This is the exciting, you know, school of thought here. This is the one that gets people really hyped. We could be getting the big debate, and Nikita has been intentionally misleading us so he can drop a surprise bombshell wipe here, probably with the upcoming 12.11 factory expansion that this whole event with Killa on Factory may be leading up to. That all sounds really nice and neat, and I'll admit, it's exciting. It's very exciting, and most of us, I'm sure, want nothing more than, you know, to wipe and to bring some new content as well. You know, 12.11 would be that new content, so it kind of seems like it would be the perfect time to wipe. And another reason why I think there's more to this story than just speculation is that after 12.11, there's really not much more planned for quite some time. So if they do want to do a wipe and they want to do it with content, now would be the time. The map Lighthouse was planned for this year. They've recently said that they hope to have it finished by the end of the year. And Streets, which was also hopefully going to be out this year, has been said that it's most likely going to be 2022 before we see that come out. So their new maps got pushed back a little bit. This happens in, you know, battle state and game development. This happens. It's nothing new. But basically, between 12.11 and the new maps, which should be coming out at the end of the year or at the beginning of next year or even later, there's nothing in between. So if they're going to wipe, I can see why people think they're going to do it now at 12.11. The only problem, really the only problem, why I don't think and why people shouldn't think it's going to happen is because Nikita said it wouldn't. So basically, you have to ask yourself, do you believe him? Do you believe he literally said it's not planned? Do you believe that? Or do you think he's pulling a fast one and trying to do something really cool and surprising? I'll leave that up to you to decide, but let's talk about the second school of thought, that wipe truly is not planned for the next weeks or months, and they really are going to drag this current wipe out for a very long time. Now, you may think to yourself, there's no chance, they have to wipe soon. It's been so long, they can't hold this off. Do they really have to wipe soon though? Let's talk. A lot of people's fears are that if they wipe, we're going to see the same thing we have right now in a week or less. It's going to take people no time with the current game structure to get right back to endgame. Things will be just as they are now. Sure, it's going to be good for a couple days, but then the same as what we have now. And really, until we see a nice big overhaul of the current system, this is kind of what you can expect on every single wipe, not even just this one. So that being said, what really is the difference between wiping now because we feel like they quote unquote have to, and just not wiping for really several more months? And along the way, we add some patches here and there. We get the 12.11 factory expansion, the new karma system that should be coming out soon with that, maybe even VoIP and some other stuff like that, along with new guns, of course. I really feel like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. I think they did want to wipe in the next couple months with, say, a map like Lighthouse. I think they really wanted to get that lined up to where they could do this big wipe with new map, new content, really bring people back in and give them the perfect package. Because in the end, really, people want wipe and they want content. They also want game fixes, but please, they're working on that all the time. Let's just disregard that. People want wipe, people want content. It's best when those things line up together. I really do think they wanted to make this happen, but knowing they had to push their maps back, I think they're faced with a very tough decision. Do they wipe right now? Because it's been long enough. If you look at the history of wipe, this last one was in December. I think it was literally the day before Christmas. So that is basically, we're talking 6 months. We're talking 6 months since the last wipe right now. If you look at previous wipe cycles, you'd expect to see one around this time, so maybe like the 8-month mark. So we're really coming up on the time when you would expect to see one. Maybe not exactly right now, but in the next month or two. Now, obviously, I don't know exactly what their game plan roadmap is, but after 12.11 comes out, which is hopefully sometime this month, will they be able to get another big patch out in the next month or two that they can line up with a wipe? Or could they just make this one the big patch and wipe a little earlier than people would anticipate? It's really anyone's game, but I feel like there's a good case for both sides, that we're gonna get it now, like right now, or we're gonna get it several months down the line, and they don't really need to wipe. They can hold out for several more months, just add a couple patches, new content, because again, what we have right now with everybody being, you know, high level, everybody having all this money, it really doesn't take long to get back to that. So I guess the point of this video was kind of to bring up these two schools of thought that I had, because it's honestly, it's just something I'm thinking about and that I want to share with people. And I really do want to ask you guys, what do y'all think is going to happen? You've heard my side of the story. Do you guys think wipe is happening now? Do you think Nikita is pulling a fast one on us? Or do you think that they're in it for the long haul on this one, and that they're going to push this wipe out for an extended period of time, and they're not going to give us a wipe until, geez, it sounds just too crazy to say it, but December? Could we do a year-long wipe cycle as long as we have a couple patches to tie us over? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Let me know what you guys think they're going to do in the comments. Maybe in a couple days, this video will be really funny because they will have wiped. Right? I'd laugh, and honestly, I'd be excited. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I would be mad or anything. I'd be excited for it. But yeah, anyway, guys, let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked my ramble, thumbs down if you didn't. Also know I do stream on Twitch full time. I'm a partnered streamer over there. Twitch.tv/finestxi. Come talk Tarkov with me live. Links are down below for that too. I'll let you guys go now. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.